Hello YouTube, back once again with the iZombie reviews. Here we are, episode 6. What's it called again? Virtual Reality Bites. And, yeah, and, basically, good of the episode. Cast always charming. Cast is always charming. Still very quirky. The abilities Liv get in this episode was really funny. How she eats like the brain of like an obnoxious like computer hacker, like a shut-in, like led to some really funny bits. Especially when she tries to down her anxiety by just popping a lot of pills, and just how she acted after that with Clive. That cracked me up. Her online just trying to find a connection to someone, the murderer, through like a World of Warcraft spoof, just like getting like a 14-year-old was like, you murdered him, didn't you? And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? That I thought that was all really funny. So that was all fun. Other things about this show. I'm starting glad that these characters are starting to get closer and closer to the whole like bigger conspiracy with all the zombies, like with Blaine and all that, because I'm kind of annoyed that none of them are really into it. Major's becoming a much more interesting characters on the ground. He's the one who's getting closer and closer to becoming part of it. Yeah, and he's also much more interesting now that he's Robbie's roommate. I mean, Robbie, he's the best. And so yeah, there's that. Yeah, no, Clive almost became part of found the zombie Blaine's group, but nope. But I will say this still, if there is. This is not in with the giant all-out zombie war. I'm gonna be really bummed out for the finale of this season, but whatever. So there's that. And I not really any negatives on this episode. Everything was pretty good. But I will say, still, Major's kind of more interesting. Still, the other side characters like Liv's family still suck. So there's that, and I will say this: even though this show has some really weird contrasts, like, in tone, because, like, anytime we're, like, with our main group of, like, Liv and Clive and Robbie and all, and Major and all those guys, it's usually, like, pretty bright, like, it's silly, like, bizarre, quirky comedy, and it just kind of, like, everyone's kind of, like, smiley, but then anytime it cuts to Blade and, like, his group of zombies, like, it gets really dark really fast, like, you just see people getting murdered left and right, and like body parts being like hacked into completely hacked into bits. Like it's such a weird contrast. Like Jesus, it just like you're just like seeing scenes like when Liv's just making like funny, just a funny joke how Liv's like just like doing the interrogation through Skype, and then you'll just see like when like Clyde goes into the deli where Blaine's zombie group is, and then you'll see like the back of the shop. You'll just see like the torso of a body that's been like cut and cleaved into parts, like just so out there. But besides that, still really fun episode, still enjoyable show, definitely better than last week's episode, and still excited to see where this show is going. So YouTube, please subscribe. I will see you next time.